Okay, everyone, long time no see. I was supposed to post a bunch of podcast episodes within the past month during April. I lied to everybody. I said that the release date would be April 5th, and it is May 9th. So that obviously did not happen. When I was filming everything, I was in a really just terrible slump, and I knew that I wanted to do podcasts. This is something that I've been trying to do since October of last year, but I forced myself to get into it at the wrong time. I was doing all of these interviews with my friends, and everything just felt so forced to me. And when I was editing my footage back, it was horrible for me to watch. I was like, there's no way that I talk like this. There's no way I'm going to let myself be perceived like this as a person to other people. It was just not the right time to put my opinions out on the internet, if you know what I mean. This May, I'm at a much better stage in my life, I would say. I've been very focused on growing into who I'm supposed to be as an adult. And coming from where I was last year, I was in a very terrible place. I was doing so many things that were out of character for me, and I'm just embarrassed about a lot of it. So, yeah, I didn't feel like I was in the right position to come onto social media and just share my opinion on things. But again, I'm in a much better mood this May, and I have been so excited to film this episode. I have so much on my mind. And usually when I was filming episodes before this, I had topics in mind, I had outlines, I had all these things that I wanted to talk about, and now I just kind of feel like I need to come on here and brain dump. It's so funny. I have the same kind of instinct in my brain as I would after how do I put this? On good days, when good things happen to me, I usually want to come home and I want to journal. I've been an avid journaler since I was literally 12 years old. I've gone through so many empty journals, it's insane. But now that I've kind of gotten into the habit of filming these podcast episodes, whether I post them or not, oftentimes I want to come home and I just want to sit in front of the camera and talk about these things. And it's so funny because now that I'm getting into social media, I think there are a lot of people who might not know me as well and who might think that I'm putting all of this on the internet for them, in a sense. And I think a lot of it is actually just for me. I think I like to watch my personal growth. I've always seen social media as kind of like this archive space where I can go back and see everything that I've, been through and all the cool things that I've done. So that's why I'm doing this podcast. I wanted to go over all the things that have been making me extremely happy lately because I've had an insane amount of dopamine on my hands lately and I don't know what to do with it. So, first of all, I've been listening to so much krnb lately. If you guys don't know what that is, it's just Korean R&B music. I had such a strong Korean phase. I was so into Korean music when I was in high school, especially during the pandemic. And it's not something that I like to talk about too much just because I feel like people, especially people who are living in America, sometimes have a bad rep for being into Asian culture. If you know, you know. I I don't know how to put this. I think there are some people out there who are a little bit weird about Asian culture. I'm half Asian myself, but sometimes I still feel like I have this issue with how I'm perceived. I still feel like if I talk about Asian culture, if I show that I'm invested in Asian culture in any way, shape or form, I feel like it's kind of weird. But I can always kind of monitor my mental health through listening to krnb. It's the weirdest thing. When I'm in a productive mood, I'm always listening to krnb. It's this switch in my brain. Whenever I'm studying, I listen to krnb, and vice versa. If I hear krnb, I'm thinking in my head I should be studying, I should be doing something productive, and I am back in that again, and I'm so happy about it. This isn't technically a krnb artist, but he's usually in a lot of these playlists. I booked concert tickets to Keshi in Denver this coming August, and I'm taking one of my friends. It's hard to find people who listen to Keshi. Technically, he's a very popular artist in his genre, but if you don't listen to that genre, then you probably don't know who he is. He's a Vietnamese American R&B kind of just vibey artist, and I've been obsessed with his music since I was in ninth grade. I can't stop listening to it. It's just something that I've never grown out of, and I'm okay with that. He has such a distinct vibe, and I love his music so, so, so much. So I'm so thrilled. This is technically like my first real concert. This is like actually going to a big venue and going with friends and coming up with a cute outfit. Like, this is a big thing for me, and I'm so stoked that Keshi is like my first artist. I feel like he's someone that I will always keep very close to my heart, and I'm just really excited about that. Another thing that has been making me really happy lately, surprisingly, it's kind of out of character for me, but it's food. I have been exploring a lot more with food, which is so funny because I won't go into too much detail, but I had an eating disorder at the tail end of 2023 to 2024. It started off with just me wanting to be skinny, as it happens with all girls. It's a canon event. Don't fall into it. If you are in that, try to work yourself out of it because it's for the best. I basically lost my appetite for everything, and towards the end of the year, I couldn't even stomach a smoothie. It was so terrible. But now I'm back, and I'm finally trying more foods. I have this hyperfixation snack. I've been getting this unsweetened coconut slash like cashew milk yogurt. Not good on its own. I wouldn't recommend it on its own, but I kind of add my own dose of sugar to it with agave syrup. I've been trying to eat less sugar because my skin is naturally like it breaks out from everything. So I've been trying to add my own healthy sweeteners to those kind of things. And I just like to have it with berries. I love berries. I always need something sweet in my diet because it gives me a quick kind of rush of energy. But I can't be doing that with candy or what have you. So I've been doing that chia seed. I can't speak. I've been doing that chia seed pudding recipe, and it's actually been so delicious, and I love it so much. Also, if I feel like I'm lacking some protein, sometimes I put like a scoop of protein powder in there, but I feel like protein powder always has a weird aftertaste, and on most days I don't enjoy that. So, but that's one of the things I've also been really into, and that and matcha. I loved matcha so much. One of my high school best friends was also really into matcha and teas, and she always drank them with me. After she left, she actually went to pursue a religious vocation, so she's a sister now, but she and I were so close as friends that after she left, I couldn't expose myself to things that reminded me of her, if you know what I mean. And we drank matcha together so often that for some reason it was just really hard for me to drink matcha, but I'm back in it again. Also, apart from that, I think a lot of you are aware of this, but I went through a pretty major friend breakup at the beginning of, or at the tail end of last year. I moved to, okay, this is a story that I'll have to unpack in more detail later, but at the end of my high school graduation, I was so sick of the people I was surrounded with. I was so sick of my environment that I just had to move. I was one of those people that just left in the same week of my graduation and disappeared off of the face of the earth. So first I moved to Pennsylvania, where I made the best friends of my life. I love Pennsylvania so much. It will always have a very special place in my heart, especially during the summers. It was the best place to spend summers. And I'm still friends with a lot of the people there, thankfully. I don't think I lost any friends from Pennsylvania. But Vermont came shortly after Pennsylvania, and I reconnected with a girl that I knew from my childhood. And it was a great time, and it was also a terrible time. I would say that we were trauma bonded in a lot of ways, and we kind of just brought out the worst in each other. And at the tail end of being in Vermont, there were so many arguments that took place and so many just terrible events. I didn't even feel like myself anymore, so I knew that I had to leave. I didn't know how to bring that up to these people. So I decided to go to an Airbnb with one of my friends from Pennsylvania. During that time, I got pneumonia, and it was severe pneumonia. I literally thought I was going to die, so my dad came and rescued me. But after I left Vermont, I knew that this friend that I was living with was not someone that I needed in my life. I had so many good friends up to that point. I just didn't feel like myself when I was with her, and I ended up cutting her off. I didn't know how else to do it except to block her. Things got a little messy after that. Some of you might have seen, a lot of you guys here, probably all of you here, know me personally because I'm just starting this podcast series, but I put this thing on my story where she posted a comment on my 2024 recap video, just basically saying that she didn't want to be associated with me. And I had so much pent-up anger up to this point. I was basically inhuman, and I just put out all the dirty laundry. I put all of the screenshots, all the receipts, everything on my story, and then I called it quits. I was like, I'm done. But that was very messy, and that was a major friend breakup. After that, I was like, I don't know how I'm going to have friends again. All of my good friends left while I was in Vermont. I don't know how I'm going to, make any of my other friendships stronger. I was just in this... I didn't know what to do with my friendships, and I shut myself into this little cocoon, and my phone is constantly on D&D. My phone is also on airplane mode, and I just deleted all of my apps. I did not want to be on social media or anything, Snapchat, nothing. I was not responding to messages. And that was the worst thing to do, because now I'm kind of pulling out of that and I'm reconnecting with my friends, and I'm so glad that they didn't leave me, and I'm so glad that, they still appreciate me as much as I appreciate them, because they're the most profound things ever, and they make me so happy and fulfilled as a person. I love my friends so much, every single one of them. And now that we're all kind of becoming adults together, we have so much going on, and so I'm so glad that I'm in these friendships where people have things planned for themselves, and where people can understand that, like, hey, we're not going to have time to hang out all the time. We're not going to have time to this, and this. We might be a little more private. We might be more to ourselves. We might have different hobbies. I'm just glad that my friends and I are maturing at the same time. And I usually choose my friends very carefully. So we've all been friends for years now, but that one friendship breakup threw me off, and it took a while to heal from, but I'm very happy now, and I'm in a much better place, and I'm so glad for that, because I thought I was never going to get out of that rut. It was so, so terrible, but much better mood. Another hyperfix of mine that I'm kind of falling back into is YouTube vlogs, and I think this is probably because I've been posting YouTube vlogs on my channel. When I watch my own videos back, I'm kind of like, oh my gosh, is this cringy? Like, people probably think this is so weird, like seeing me talk in real life and seeing me do things in real life. But again, I'm not posting for the general public on YouTube. I just feel like social media spaces for me, again, are like archive spaces that people can access if they want to, but they're mainly for me. So when I get to rewatch like little episodes of my life, I think it's a great thing. And the people that I love in my life appreciate those kind of, the kind of content that I put out, and they enjoy it, and that's all that matters to me. But with that said, I am watching YouTube videos and YouTube vlogs a lot more, and the same ones that I watched in high school. Jung, technically, okay, there's I'm not even going to try to say it I'm going to put it here. Yeah, Tracy, there's Tracy's channel. My fam, she's great. And who else? Daisy Choi. Those four I watch repeatedly all the time. I love the aesthetic of their videos. I love the things that they do. And I think the thing that connects me with these YouTubers the most is they're so, like, focused on their personal lives. This is something I've thought about a lot lately, too. I enjoy my personal life a little bit too much. I think, obviously, like, I've been in relationships before. I've been in situations where I've been living with other people, so I know how to be social, and I know what it's like to share most of my time with someone else. I understand that. But I'm just as happy being on my own, if not a little bit more happy, than I am with being with other people. And to see people post content on YouTube about, them enjoying their lives by themselves kind of just reminds me, like, why I love my personal life so much. I think, like, I am never bored when I'm by myself. There's always something to do. Obviously, I'm always busy. But I just love journaling, and I love going out to grocery shop, and I love exploring cafes, and I love going to places that I haven't been before, and I like reconnecting with friends. So my life is not really centered around I think there are a lot of young adults my age who kind of center their lives around, like, I have to get married by the age of 21, and I have to have kids by the time I'm 25, and I'm seeing all of that happen now. It's happening a lot sooner than I expected, but so many of my friends are getting married and engaged, and, like, congrats to you. That's actually really fucking cool. But for me, I feel like I'm going to be more of a late bloomer, because I've tried all of that stuff before, and it doesn't, I just feel like I'm not at the stage in my life right now where I need it, and that's okay. Another thing is, I've been trying to redo my room, and I should not have binge bought furniture when I was in that slump, because I was like, I need to buy everything in black, and it was, like, terrible. Oh my goodness. Everything that I buy furniture-wise has always been white. My default color has always been white. It feels clean to me. It feels like me. And when I was in this slump, I got everything in black, and I'm so mad at myself, because furniture is expensive, and I shouldn't have done that. But I think I'll make room for myself throughout the year to kind of slowly replace all of these furniture pieces. My sister's supposed to be moving into my room with me, so she prefers the color black, and she can probably have, like, the vanity that I bought or the loft bed that I bought. I don't know. But my Pinterest has been so full of the house decor I've been into lately. So has my TikTok. My TikTok is so well trained. It just gives me like aesthetic videos, or it gives me encouraging quotes, or it gives me like Emma Chamberlain and Madeline RG videos. My Pinterest will not leave me alone about making the wrong bedroom decisions, because look at how cute. I'm not even sure if you can see all of these, but like this is kind of like the vibe I'm going for. And I can't do that at the moment because I didn't buy anything in white. And also my plants are kind of dying, so I don't know what to do about that. Aside from that, that was literally just one big rant. I totally understand if no one actually watched that the whole way through, and that's okay. But I just finally felt like myself, and I figured I would sit down while I had the time to film a podcast episode and just put something out there so I can at least post generally, like, relatively consistently, because that is a goal for me. If I'm going to be a content creator, I should do things with consistency. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Literally just me ranting and yapping for I don't know how long. And I hope you guys have been having a good May. And I hope everything is going so well for you. If you find yourself in a slump, I would recommend just turning on music that makes you happy. Thankfully, I was in the mindset where I was like, I physically can't listen to sad music. I can't with Lizzie McAlpine right now. I can't with Gracie Abrams. I can't with Billie Eilish. I love all of those people so genuinely to the bottom of my heart. But I couldn't listen to their music because I was like, I don't really feel too depressed right now. But even if you do feel depressed, maybe turn something a little bit better on. Listen to lower sensory music. Maybe just regular R&B. Maybe jazz. I don't know. I fucking love jazz. But I don't know what you guys are into, but try something else like that out. Get yourselves out of the house. Get yourself a coffee. They're not really as expensive as everyone says they are if you don't buy them every day. So get yourself a coffee, a dirty chai, a matcha, I don't know, and just take a walk. It's so funny. Those little things will always make you feel better. I promise. I'm not just saying that. So, aside from that, I just wanted to do a little test run and post something, and I hope everyone has been doing so well. I hope you enjoyed this. I know I talk really fast. I have so much going on in my mind right now. My sister has a play tonight that I have to go to, and I have to iron my dress for it. And I have to leave in like an hour here, and I also have to empty this SD card. So I love you guys, and I will see you in the next podcast.